Hi, Rajat. Good to see you. I just saw you in Main Vapas Aunga, and
Right,
I could see it's a very difficult role.
right, yeah,
Uh, you know, someone who's keeping a lot of secrets, and there are a lot of silences in the house, but
right.
he sort of tries to keep it together. But
No,
excellent movie.
yeah, I had great fun working on that one. I
Yeah.
had great fun working with Imtiaz, with that script, with all the other actors. Yeah, it was very nice.
So, Rajat, we're here to talk about the thing with feathers, which
Gee,
I think your daughter has written with Chandrachud Rai. Is Rabia your
that's right.
daughter? How
That's right.
lovely. And, the note told me that it's based between 1900 and 1950, and it talks about a series of events and how it affects ordinary people. And you have the perspective of birds, I think, which is the thing with feathers. So
Something like that.
since I've not watched it, unfortunately, but it sounds extremely intriguing,
It,
tell me a
it's
little
not.
about it.
It's not opened yet. Nobody has
Okay.
watched it.
Okay.
Uh,
So
and
I'm not
and
alone. Tell me a little
yeah.
about it.
Well, the idea was to, the very initial idea was that I wanted to do something with that period. Um So I thought, okay, history of 20th century, but just the first part, let's say, 1900 to 1950. Uh, and then that was it. That's all I had in my head. And we started working from there. Where do you go from there? Then we started looking at history. We started looking at everything, the arts that happened at that time, the geopolitics, of course, of that time, two world wars, Great Depression, blah, blah, blah. And the process for me, it's the process of making the plays. Not that we write something and then we go on the floor, but we kind of discover it while doing it. So yeah, the writing process is an ongoing one. Um, and so when you say this is what the synopsis says, uh, yeah, okay. So that was the initial push, I would say. With what the play is, I don't know. We'll have to come and watch it.
But how does this process happen, Rajat? I mean, you have all your actors on board, your writers. Does it happen in a collaborative way?
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely,
Everyone brings their own
absolutely.
perspectives. Okay.
And this is how I've been working for the last 25 years since 99 when I did C for Clown, my first improvised
Yeah.
play. When we did Hamlet and Lear and Macbeth and Brothers Karamazov after that, each play has been devised in a similar way. For example, when we did Macbeth, we know we're doing Macbeth, but beyond that, we don't know. So we have a text to play with. But when you see the final plays, it is Macbeth, but it is not really Macbeth. It's our take on Macbeth. And so it's completely rewritten in a way. Uh, Same with Lear and Hamlet and uh, yeah. So in those plays, at least there was a text to start
Yeah,
with.
I was about
Uh,
to say there was a text to start
yeah,
with.
as a springboard. But in this, it was the historical, the history itself, which was kind of the springboard for us.
What drew you to that period?
I don't know. I thought it's an exciting idea. Also very similar to where we are at now
Yeah,
in in terms of the technological revolutions it brought. Uh, Also close to the politics of that time, I think, in many ways.
because it's interesting that this not having a text but having a sense of the history of that period.
Right,
We in India tend to be very insular about that period. We usually see it only through the prism of the freedom movement and whatever great global events affected it at that
right,
period. The world wars are more like a footnote for us, or the Great
right,
Depression is a footnote
right,
for us rather than the main theme. It's
right.
interesting that you're looking at events from a very global perspective. It's most unusual.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't think like that. I don't think uh, that it would be unusual or not. Or I just was drawn to this idea, and you know, again, the ideas don't make the film or don't make the play, don't make the work. Idea is really like just the starting point. What you do with it is what matters. And now we're still hoping that what we're doing with it makes some sense. It has some meaning. It has some value. Otherwise it's rubbish.
So what is the value your team brings to it? Because this is a team that has been together for many years now. A lot of
Some
them.
of us,
Yeah.
a lot of them, not everyone. So in this group of actors, there are three or four that I've worked with before.
Vinay,
Uh,
Vinay Patel.
Vinay, Vinay I've worked with for the longest. Mantra I have done one play with. Neil I have done a play with. Radhika and Chandrachud I've worked with. But others I'm working with for the first time. And they're wonderful actors. Bhavya, Vidushi, Arsha, uh, Varis I've worked with a little bit. So yeah, there's a mix of some old friends, old timers, and some very, very fresh actors. Uh, and then it's a great mix. It's a great mix. And so when you decide, we did an audition process for about 3 weeks, and when you select your actors for whatever reason, also Kaveree, it is a very specialized skill. This kind of uh, creation because there is no text, and there are many actors who rely a lot on the text.
Yeah.
So this is a special skill uh, and some have it and some don't have it, which is all right. So what one was looking for is this ability to improvise really out of thin air. Uh, and then once you have chosen these actors, and you work with uh, their beings, their abilities, their particular set of skill, and you try and make the best of it, and they contribute in whatever form that who they are, and
Yeah.
slowly you pick parts of this and that, and that becomes the play.
Were there things that surprised you about their knowledge or their understanding of the material that was not there?
Most of them were largely ignorant, I would say,
Huh.
of history.
Yeah.
So it was a good exercise for all of us to dive in and to learn a little bit.
Did you recommend that they read something?
We did find a lot of books, uh, articles. Radia also brought in a lot of what she thought we should read. Yeah, so it was a group study session.
How fascinating it must have been. How long did
It
this
is
whole process last?
a little over 3 months.
Okay. Do you want to talk about some of the books and some of the articles that you referred to, which
They're all random things from all over, from all over.
things that you had read, which you had been affected by, or
Mostly, I'm going back to Eric Hobsbawm a lot, who is a historian
of course,
that I look up to.
yeah.
Or I read him 30 years back, and so now I reread some of his work.
Did you read history in college?
No,
What did you read in college?
rubbish.
I love that.
Really, because I look back and I say, "Arey yaar, kuch aur kiya hota." But I did BCom honors because I didn't know any better. I was 16 when I joined college, and I did BCom honors because my father thought it would help uh, in his business if I learn accounts. Uh, and I keep thinking if I did English, if I did history, if I did philosophy, anything else I would have learned something. BCom honors taught me nothing.
Which college did you go to?
Shriram College of Commerce, SRC, of
Oh yeah, of course. But
course.
interesting that a lot of people feel that way, but then they tend to set themselves a syllabus sometimes.
Exactly. Life is long. Life is long.
Yeah,
You learn
you
what you
devote
want to learn
one
eventually.
summer to something, another summer to something else. Is that how you do it as well?
Not summer wise, but slowly you pick things you grow up, I suppose. Then after this, of course, I went to film school, FTI,
Yeah.
which was another school for me. And then I worked with Kumar Shani for many years, and I learned a lot from him. Uh, the filmmaker Kumar Shani
Yeah, yeah,
and Mani. I learned a lot from them. So working with them was like another school.
right. So, the discipline that you require in filmmaking and in theater, I know you must have been asked this 1,001 times, but
No,
how is it? Because even in your films, you do quite, I think you do quite a lot of improvisation as well.
right, right.
So,
But in a
how is
film,
it different?
the thing is in a film for a film you need a script anyway
Yeah,
because otherwise you can't get money. Anyway, you can't get money. But
yeah. But I mean, hats off to you.
thank you.
It doesn't seem to have bothered you too much. I think your movies tend to find their own audiences.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's becoming harder
Of
also.
course, yeah.
It's taking like 4 to 5 years to make your next film, which is too long. I would be, I mean, in an ideal world, I would like to make a film every 2 years, but it takes like now 5 years to make a film. Uh,
Despite so many platforms.
Platforms are, let me not get started on that. Uh, they're not doing anything for our kind of cinema, at least.
No, they want you first to show that it has been released theatrically, and
Right,
then only
right.
then will they.
And again, they're also asking for who's in it and who are the stars. So it's the
What is
same
in
thing.
it? What's the subject?
No, who are the stars? Subject also doesn't matter.
Just who are the stars? And people like Vinay and Neil, who've been at 1,000 plays, wonderful movies, would not be considered still.
No,
Or you.
no, no.
I mean,
We are
it's
not
so
stars.
dichotomous. When you're in a big movie, you're in a big series, and you've done so much of it. You're clearly a big star, but
No.
it
But
doesn't work like.
I don't know how it works for them. See, about a star is somebody who can bring audience to cinema.
Have they
Uh,
seen some of the stars recently? They can't get squat.
that is the irony of it. That's the irony of it. And but they don't learn. They want to still believe what worked last Friday will work next Friday. And this has been an ongoing thing for last 50 years, but they never learn. Uh, so yeah, so be it. Uh, I see. It doesn't bother me because my thing is to make my next film by hook or by crook, and I'll keep doing that somehow. And even if they don't get released, people will watch it wherever. And yeah, at least it's made. It's out there. You know what is funny, Kaveri? It's interesting that you bring it up because uh, when we do a film, and even if it's released, like my kind of film, you hardly get any shows. Not many people come to watch it. They'll watch it on later on internet and all that. But when we do a play and it travels, people are willing to come and buy expensive tickets and come in huge numbers. It's incredible. It's incredible that they would come and watch a play. But for film, the mindset has changed. Your film, okay, I'll watch it on online. They don't want to come to the cinema to watch our films, but they want to come and watch our plays. It's
Why
very
is
bizarre.
that, you think?
I think live performances have
Yeah.
gotten some value after COVID. So whether it's music concerts or it's stand-up comedy or theater, people are willing to go out for that.
I think it's also the interactive nature, Rajat, of
I
your
know
of your performances.
that
They
experience of the
feel,
live.
yeah, they feel
Yeah,
included. I think
correct.
I think people no longer just want to be treated as passive receptors of entertainment. They want to feel something.
But to watch a film in a cinema hall is an incredible experience. To watch it with an audience is a
Yeah.
very different experience than watching it on your laptop or on your television screen. The film changes completely. So is as much of a live experience in my eyes as of course watching a play is something different. But the Shivendra Singh Dungarpur has been showing these films at Regal Cinema Film
Oh,
Heritage Foundation,
and the
and,
cues.
and the cues and the joy of watching it with 1,000 people. The same film that you've seen many times, but you see Space Odyssey with 1,000 people, it's something else. It's incredible that experience. And thanks to Dungarpur, it's come back for this these film buffs, I would say, in Bombay, or
Delhi rules
whatever.
Bombay. That's why
Or if
you need to start your life in Delhi before doing anything else.
yeah,
No, but seriously, I think that love for discovering something
right,
anew, afresh, you know, even if you've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
it before.
correct,
You're right.
absolutely. And when 1,000 people gasp or a
Yeah.
thousand people say, "Ooh, it's
Oh,
something
yeah.
else," then you are a part of that living organism. You're inside the film.
Yeah, but one of the problems, of course, I have with that is that we then tend to make cinema that only touches the basest form of us, so gets the
No, no, it doesn't
loudest
have to be.
gasps,
It
but
doesn't
it
have
doesn't
to.
have to be. We've seen examples where it's not. For
मैं
instance,
वापस आऊंगा यार watching मैं
yeah,
वापस आऊंगा in a
exactly.
cinema hall is a very different experience.
What a wonderful experience. You can hear
Yeah,
everybody sniffling together, you know,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it
and
doesn't have to be
you feel so, you feel, I know it's a very Instagram thing to say, but you feel so seen, you feel,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm not alone in this. But
Absolutely, absolutely.
tell me about a little more about the thing with feathers. The birds, I found that idea that, because they're like what we would like to be. They're migratory creatures. They come, they go, they stay, they go again. I mean, ideally, human beings would like to have, or at least in our fantasy world, we would like to
Right,
be like that.
right,
Just have that
right.
ability to go wherever. I wonder why you chose birds, or birds chose you.
Because yeah, why the word chose us. Uh, but it's a bird's eye view of history. Um,
Ah.
no, no, but that's putting it
But
simplistically.
actually, that's a very interesting point of view. I never actually understood that cliche, but it is actually.
Yeah. And it's a lot about you when you see the play. I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's also about flying, about
Ah.
wanting to fly, etc.
How is it working with your daughter?
Very good. I've we've worked together before. We've written a film script together.
Which one?
Uh, it's not been made yet. It's been there for 4 years. Uh, Inshallah, it'll get made soon.
How is it? Wha- What is the perspective she brings? Which does it surprise you, or
She's a writer. She has read more than I
primarily a
have.
writer?
Sorry,
She is. I mean, she's a trained writer, or I mean,
she's studied literature. And she's written a novel which is waiting to be published, and she's a poet. So she's a person of words. Uh, and yeah, she does bring her own perspective to whatever we're doing, and a wise one,
and her understanding of events of the early 20th century.
as much as good as or as bad as mine. So that you learn, that you learn,
Exactly. That you can learn.
Yeah. And Chandrachud Rai is another is a co-writer with whom also I've worked before. He's a he's been an actor in some of my films, and I've written again two scripts with him, not made yet. Uh, they'll all be made in the next 5 years, all three of them.
Yes. How many scripts do you have right now? Which
At
you,
any moment of time in my life, I've had at least four scripts which are ready to go.
I think that's what you have to do. If you have to be a
What do you
filmmaker
do?
like that, right?
Yeah, yeah. What do you do?
Anytime, anytime you meet someone who
Yeah,
seems to be
I meet lots of them. They're all very interested, but then they run away. Uh,
fine. I
but
mean,
also,
what?
also,
Yeah.
also, also the thing is, Kaveri, to keep yourself sane. What do you do when you're not making
Work.
a film or making a play? You write. You create something. At least you have the joy of putting it on paper, even if it does not get. You have had your journey with it, with that story. The story is out of you. It has not been made into a film, but at least it's on paper. It lives. Those characters who didn't exist are now alive. They live in the universe, which is also a big deal. And then gives you the joy of creation and it keeps you sane.
I
You're
mean,
working.
yeah, and there can be long periods where they look very fallow from the outside, but you're probably at your most creative and your most fertile, so to speak, in that period.
Yeah, yeah, writing is great joy. It's a great joy. And if you're writing with somebody, it becomes even better.
How do you do that? Because writing can be such a solitary process as well.
Right. I've
So,
mostly written on my own, but
yeah,
now last few years, we've had these collaborations. It's fun. It's fun. You sit and brainstorm. You have an idea, and then you just talk for 4 5 days, and that helps. The other person tells you stories. You tell them stories. You try and go in a certain direction. The other person says it's rubbish. Okay, let's find this way. It's really just talking for 5 days. After which you get a kind of a understanding of a story. Where do you want to take this? And then you start writing. He writes a scene, you write a scene, you compare, you take something from that, like that.
it sounds wonderful.
It's,
And
it's, it's super fun.
it sounds so joyous.
Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah.
joyous.
And
It
also,
is.
I think the people you've managed to gather around you, or who also refuse to leave you in a way, even
Thank
if
God for that.
even if you would want to, they're so loyal to you, and they're
And,
so,
and and so am I to them.
yeah. I think,
It's both ways.
yeah. And I I wonder what your parties are like. I do believe Vinay gives the best rap parties, but
Please,
I,
please come for the next one. Where are you? You are in Bombay or Delhi?
no, I'm in Delhi, but uh,
But we come to Delhi a lot with our plays. We never see
yeah,
you at the plays.
yeah. I think I
Next
have
one, I'll
to.
call you now.
Yeah, please do. But how is it? How are those? You know, how do you feel at such moments? Must be so refreshing to be part of such lovely
I'll
people.
tell you. I'll tell you something. When Kumar just a couple of years back when he was not very well physically, and he'd gone back to Kolkata after being in Pune and Bombay. And I spoke to him on the phone, the last phone call I had with him before he passed away. And he was quite down. And his good friend Vivan Sundaram had passed away.
Passed away.
And he was also very lonely. And he was saying, Rajat, the thing is, who do you talk to? There is nobody to talk to. Who do you talk to in these times? And I said, Kumar, luckily I'm a theater person also. So I work with people. I have a theater troupe. There are always, and that's the good thing about theater. It's such a collective uh, enterprise. You're always with people, and you're with like-minded people. Uh, that's an incredible support. And I realized at that time when I was talking to Kumar how lucky we are to have this community. The theater community that also keeps you alive, keeps you engaged, keeps you motivated, and keeps you sane.
And then, of course, you see young people spilling out into the streets, and you
Isn't
think,
that amazing?
my
Isn't that
God,
amazing? Yeah,
what a
yeah.
joy it is to see
We
that
are alive. We are alive.
we're alive. I think.
Mhm.
I think there's, you know, the Lear line. Now there is life in it yet. I think
Absolutely.
you suddenly feel, yeah, there is life.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you really, I think, what are our lives essentially? Walking through, sort of sleepwalking through life sometimes,
Mhm.
but in your case, at least, there is some creation happening all the time.
All the
Uh,
time.
yeah, and there are ways to say things that you want to without flying under the radar.
I'll tell
Can
you. I'll
also
tell you
be a
something,
great
Kaveri.
thing.
When people complain about censorship in this country, censor board is there, blah 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 blah, and uh, and I just every time, and this has been for last 25 years, every time I tell them, look at Iranian cinema
Yeah.
and look at the restrictions they have. They can't do anything, and yet they make the best films in the world. So who's stopping you? You know, Listen, these are just I think excuses for making shit films. for our mediocrity, you know. Really, it's an excuse for our mediocrity. आपके पास कुछ है नहीं कहने को, and we say no, I can't say anything because oppression and because censorship. Crap. If you really have a voice, if you really have a story to tell, you will tell it. It doesn't. Nobody can stop you.
No, for instance, Aankhon Dekhi. I mean, there's so many ways to interpret it, and every way is correct. But every way is, it does something to your heart, right? That's what movies are about.
Thank you. Yes.
And I think you
Yeah.
must have heard that every single day of your life from
And
someone or the other.
every day it brings a smile to my face to hear that.
Every day, right?
Yeah,
What
every day.
I mean, what a privilege that is.
I know, man. It makes me so happy. And if I'm down and I'm worried that my next film is not taking off, and then I meet somebody on the road and he says, "Sir, thank you for making Aankhon Dekhi." I say, "Man, you make my day. You made my day, man. This is it."
But that is it.
Yeah,
The sheer joy of creating something that you really believe in, as opposed to writing something because, well, you got to
yeah,
earn a living. There's a big
right.
difference. But that also means giving yourself a certain lifestyle, giving yourself a certain way of being, which is not necessarily what other people would want. You have to also, but
It's,
that's your
I
choice.
think everybody gets what they want, Kaveree,
Yeah.
eventually. And you do what you really want. If you want to make lots of money, you will make lots of money. It all comes true. Uh, so yeah, no complaints. So, and everybody chooses what is important to them, so that's also valid. There's
Yeah.
nothing, no judgment in that.
There's no
If
judgment.
you want to make a silly film, sure, go and make a silly film. Make a good silly film. Uh,
That's
you know.
I loved everyone loves Saurabh Handa too. I
Oh,
thought it
thank
was
you, thank
terrific. I
you.
enjoyed it so much. But then I enjoy all your films. There's always something for me to discover, something that's surprising. Sometimes it's a performance, sometimes it's a line, sometimes it's a scene. There's always something magnetic about your movies.
Thank you.
So
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much. And I can't wait to watch this and
This
see
is coming to Delhi on 26, 27 September.
September. I shall make sure that I'm there.
Please come and have dinner with us, party with us, please, after the show.
Thank you so much, Rajat, and I do wish you all the best in your performances too. Any film that you're
Thank
in, any series you're in, you automatically elevate it. So it's wonderful to
It's
see
so
that.
kind. Thank you so much.
And it's always something a little different.
I try.
Yeah.
It should be, no?
Okay, I've just been asked to ask something about Adyam, which I will,
Yeah.
because I must tell you, I also watched Kalki's play
Right. I
recently.
haven't seen it yet. Oh.
Yeah, it's really wonderful and so
Okay.
beautifully staged. It's multimedia, puppetry, music,
Right.
everything,
Right.
and also quite interactive. So, and I met Akash Khurana
Right.
there as well. I was very happy to see he's not wasting his time. And he said there's not much work in screen and streaming, but I'm very happy to spend this time, doing this,
Right.
picking up stuff for theater. So, how important is it actually to have a great audience, but to have a good patron as well?
No, it's amazing. See, now I was talking to somebody a few days back, and I was saying Mahindra's with Meta in
Meta,
Delhi, which is they've been supporting for more than 20 years,
yeah,
and Mr. Birla with this
Adyam.
initiative Adhyam. It's quite something. Uh, and then they have said we'll produce 5 plays every year, and they've been at it for more than a decade now. Uh, and what surprises me every time is the involvement that Mr. Birla himself has with
Oh, really?
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He is the final word in choosing the play and giving the go ahead, and then he
oh,
comes and watches everything. Yeah, he's quite involved. It's not just okay, here's my money, take it. No, he's actually quite involved.
oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good to hear. We have
yeah,
industrialists
I
with the
know,
consciences
I
and
know,
appreciation for the arts. And I think
exactly.
more and more there are avenues, there are public platforms to have these, right?
More than this, I feel now there is an audience, like I was saying earlier, for theater, ever growing audience. So now we travel a lot, which we didn't as much even 10, 15 years back. Compared to 15 years back, I think the audience size has uh, increased by at least three times. You know,
Yeah, I know.
um,
When I went to see Kalki's play, I was amazed where are all these people coming from.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
see them in theaters. I go to watch. I go to watch a movie every Friday. It's usually five
right,
people,
right,
and unless it's a mix,
yeah.
five people and me.
I know.
And
That's
here,
what.
it was so nice. So thank you so much, Rajat. And
Thank you,
as I
Kaveree.
said,
See you in September
yeah, for sure. Thank you
for
very much.
sure.
All the
Bye
best.
bye. Bye. Thank you.